InvoiceAction is an AI-driven, easy-to-use cloud or on-premise intelligent process automation platform for companies that have highly complex or relatively simple invoice processing workflows across many industries. In this video, we will see how a typical company accelerated their invoice processing. Their automation journey began after investments in their ERP, but the CFO was unhappy as he felt they were not fully realizing all the benefits and business efficiencies that they thought they would. When it came to managing invoice payments to all their suppliers, they still had many inquiries and complaints because of incorrect, late, or non-payment of invoices. This is of particular concern when there are fluctuations in supply chains and market demand. They felt they were missing out on a preferred status and quick procurement turnarounds if they were not in a good cash position or in good standing with their suppliers. Their accounts payable team analyzed their process for getting invoices approved and entered into their ERP. They found too much time and resources were spent with a manual and costly process before transactional data was made available. They also concluded that what they were doing today caused an inconsistent process for approvals. Approvers were not being properly identified or notified, or what to do if an approver was not available. Due to many touch points, there were data entry errors causing frequent reprocessing of invoices. Stemming primarily from processing invoices only once a month or quarter contributed to poor cash management, causing inaccurate financial statements along with duplicate, late, or non-payment penalties. Something they thought their ERP was going to help with, they were still experiencing high operational costs, only to realize the problem was their invoice processing before invoice data was entered and made available. After much consideration, they decided to implement InvoiceAction from Artsyl, with invoice process intelligence for end-to-end automation, with the ability to accommodate their specific requirements, scale, and expand as their business grows. Here's how it works. InvoiceAction continuously monitors multiple input sources, transforms text into data, categorizes invoices by supplier, and applies the appropriate business rules for each. Relevant data is extracted based on InvoiceAction's invoice intelligence, along with any other specified data. InvoiceAction then not only validates data on the invoice to ensure the data is understood and accurate, but also, by referencing the customer databases, answers many questions about the invoice that would take AP clerks hours of research. If there are no exceptions or required approvals, the invoice and data is entered into the customer's ERP. If there are approvals required or exceptions, notifications are sent out to approvers and invoice resolution clerks, alerting them to take action. For example, a branch manager may need to approve an invoice for office supplies or maintenance that is not associated with a purchase order. A notification is sent to the branch manager and quickly responds with an approval for payment. In this example, an invoice had payment terms that did not match the purchase order. The appropriate approver is alerted and interacts with the supplier through the InvoiceAction vendor portal, where the supplier can reply and/or submit a new invoice. Another invoice had GL codes missing for some of the items. An approver can quickly add these and approve the invoice. When there are exceptions with either the data or a business rule, a notification and the invoice is sent to an AP invoice resolution resource. Here, the invoice is presented with all the required data to resolve data integrity or business rules issues. The user can quickly resolve errors by being guided with processing wizards. As users are reconciling an exception, InvoiceAction's machine learning is learning from user actions, such that the next time this supplier's invoice comes through, InvoiceAction already knows what data is required. This eliminates programming, reprogramming, training time, and associated costs. The CFO and AP team are now very happy because InvoiceAction is continuously operating, so invoices are processed as they arrive. and was easily and cost-effectively customized to achieve all their requirements for invoice processing. Cost and errors associated with their old manual process have been eliminated, and the company is reaping the benefits of better cash management and happier suppliers. So, with InvoiceAction, you can easily transform your manual process like this into an automated process like this, which means now you can spend more time working on your business and less time in it.